The year 1785. The place? England. Nobody in the whole world understands how motion in the universe works. Then one day, an apple falls on one man's head, and that man would change the world. Sir Isaac Askoff Newton would go on to create a new system describing how objects through space worked. His laws of motion describe gravity, inertia, milk pasteurization, and acceleration. All of these were invented by Newton. This is a painting painted by the well-known 15th century painter Banksy, depicting what the world most likely looked like before Isaac Newton invented gravity.
Newton's first law reads,
every body continues in its state of rest or of uniform motion in a straight line unless it is compelled to change that state by forces impressed upon it. His original writing might be a little complex, but don't worry, I'll break it down for you. Let's read it again slowly. Every body continues in its state of rest. This is actually an Old English phrase, state of rest, which originates from the Greek term statoi ovresta, which translates roughly to arrest of state. What he really meant was state arrest. He obviously did not know Greek very well. Ha 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 ha. This is further supported by how he says uniform, of course referring to the boys and girls, of course, in blue, who are doing the state arrest. Let's continue. Unless it is compelled to change that state. Unless the arrested are off the streets, changing the state of crime. By forces impressed. The police force are impressing their superiors by doing their jobs. Altogether, this better translation means something like this. Everybody is in either a state of arrest or on the police force, on the straight and narrow line, unless the arrested are compelled to change by the police doing a good job. This isn't right. Newton's second law, which is the most critically acclaimed and certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes, reads, the acceleration produced by a particular force acting on a body is directly proportional to the magnitude of the force and inversely proportional to the mass of the body. I'll tell it to you in modern, easy English. The real thing he's saying is that as alkali walks increase their resonance, the Bernoulli effect manufactures antimatter and rhizome, decreasing the tropism of certain xylems and isobaric taiga, and increasing the Coriolis effect on immiscible phloem, which together causes cotyledon, cambium to transfer to angiosperm in emulsion, mutualism, or commensalism. Now, the third law is what we're here to talk about today. The problem with the third law is that it is fundamentally flawed. You might be thinking, flawed? How can it be flawed? Well, let's read it together. To every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction, always. Or the mutual actions of two bodies upon each other are always equal and directed to contrary parts. Basically, what it is saying is anything you do will have an equal and opposite reaction. But it's wrong. You might notice this is the most vague of all the laws, and this vagueness has left some very big holes in it. Think about it. For instance, we did our video on Thomas the Tank Engine sets a few weeks ago, and we put a lot of work into that. Hours. And did we get an equal reaction? No, we only got like 50 views. Link in the card, by the way. And two, another example here on YouTube, when you like a video, do you get the equal and opposite reaction of it being disliked? That's what I thought. Now what we're gonna do is unprecedented in the science field. We're gonna do what Hawking was too scared to do, what Hubble was too scared to do, and what Einstein was too scared to do. Add the law of motion, and here it is. Any object can bounce if thrown hard enough. Now this is a fundamental law of nature. And now we're gonna do some labs to show you how it works. Okay, we're starting with the simple. It's a little rock. It's a beautiful day here on the green, and we're starting off with the rock. All right, ready? Here we have a penny, and I'm not even gonna throw it. I'll just drop it and see how high it bounces. That was epic. Some things are light enough to bounce on the air. Isn't that cool? Now that's pretty cool. Only the OG fans will know that. We know it's even cooler. Bounces. Wow. A piece of pizza is really soft, so it would absorb much of the bounce. You have to drop it from a higher place. Don't drop it until I tell you. Up. Sorry. See right here is a prime example of our theory. Look, it's going down, okay, with a lot of force. It's going that, it's bouncing straight back up. Straight back up. Oh my god, So we have to prove to you that anything can bounce, even something you might think of as soft or slushy that you think would just crush to the ground and declare. Do you want a bite? Tasty, I'll take a bite too. The after shower is always the best. It's not cheap. Okay, now this is a little more epic. It's Diet Pepsi. Only get diet and healthy. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna see if it bounces. All right, let's go. So you might be thinking, oh, it only bounces when it has liquid in it? Well, that's very untrue. Skylight, a novel by Jose Saramago. The question is, will it bounce?
Don't you throw books around?
I'm gonna ask some people if they think this thing will bounce. Here we go. Hey, would you like to be in a YouTube video?
Sure, I'd be happy to.
Miss Librarian, Miss, do you think this will bounce? If we throw it at the ground, will it bounce?
No. Prove me wrong.
It bounced.
It bounced.
Okay, so we found this random kid over here by the trash can, and we're asking him the age-old question, Will it bounce? Yeah, okay, so what do you think? Paw Patrol balloon, will it bounce?
Yes.
Are you sure? Is that your final answer?
Yes. These dogs, they like carry the air and then it bounces off. Yeah.
Whoa, how'd you know?
I'm Asian and I'm a genius.
Oh, that's
Whoa, alright, almost like this. Hey, Will. Want me in our video? Does this bounce? Doing.
Will it bounce?
Yeah, will it bounce? No? Alright, let's check. It bounced! It bounced!
Oh my god. Whoa, it bounced so high!
Whoa!
No.
Dude.
Okay, go.
You got a purple Skittle here. Question is, will it bounce?
Ah!
Oh, it bounced really high. Wow. That bounced really high. There he goes.
Paid $3.99.
It'll never stop bouncing. Oh god, I got some on my face. Okay, do it again. Do it. Okay. Here's the chunk of ice. Ready for the bounce? And the quarter didn't bounce. Ready? Okay. Yeah. Here is the final proof of our theory. Do people bounce even? Here, I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna try my hardest, possibly not to bounce. And let's see what happens. Whoa!
Whoa!
I bounced really high. I was trying to stay as heavy as I could.